Hello, Internet! My name is Andrew Rhodes, and this is Andrew Rants, the video series where I stand upon my metaphorical soapbox pedestal podium and rant about things that piss me off and drive me insane. And today's is something that's liable to lose me some subscribers. I don't know. I'm constantly rolling the dice and hoping it doesn't come up craps here. But today I'm talking about the wonderful world of filler episodes. We all know what I'm talking about here. If you ever have an anime series that you enjoy, you're going to have an entire arc of filler episodes. Episodes that basically don't serve any purpose to the main story, but are there to pad out the runtime of the series. Now, anime isn't alone in doing this. Reality shows have done this. Drama shows have done this. Comedy shows have done this. Everybody does this. There are even chapters in manga and in books, actual chapter books, that are basically filler arcs. That they add nothing to the story, but they're just there for the heck of it. And the thing is that nobody ever seems to care about those, but yet you put it into anime and everybody throws a bitch fit. Sure, I can guarantee you the first person's going to leave a comment and this is going to go, Naruto. Yes, I've seen the memes, I've seen the jokes, I've seen the ranting and ravings of the mad lunatics that go, all it was is nothing but filler. Well, you won't get any denial on that from me, but then again, you also have to remember this. With anime series that are currently in production and coming out on a weekly basis, they are going off of the manga for the story. If they are ahead of the manga, they have to put some type of a brand new story in there to pad out the series. I mean, let's use Bleach here as an example. We all know there was a horrible, and I mean horrible, filler arc in Bleach where the Zanpakutos manifested themselves in the physical form. And here's the thing. While, yes, even I'll admit it was cringeworthy, it was a filler arc that was needed. Not because we wanted to know more about the Soul Reapers and the Zanpakuto, but because the series was still being written. Hell, Bleach's manga only just ended a couple years ago. So it's not that far that it's been gone, that it wrapped up and concluded. But the fact that it was still going when that was thrown in tells you something. Now, yes, I know a lot of people are going, but they ended the anime series long before the manga ended, so why couldn't they just keep doing it? Well, right there's your answer. Why couldn't they just keep doing that? Because the fans were getting pissed off about it. I mean, sure, it took an entire year and a half to 2 years to get through the entire Arrancar situation. In Naruto, it took how long for them to find Sasuke? How long for them to take down Zabuza? How long did it take them to get through the Chunin exams? My point exactly. How long did it take us to go from the original Naruto to Shippuden? Because it was nothing but filler, because they needed to make room to add in the story. They couldn't have just taken Shippuden as it was and then said, yeah, here you go, and plopped it right on the screen, because they didn't have anybody lined up to voice certain characters that would need to be older. They needed to change up the stuff a bit, so they had to pad out the runtime. They did that all throughout Naruto, with filler arcs here and there. Yes, they were tasteless, yes, they were annoying, but they did give you an entire new string of things to like, or hate as the case may be. In fact, I remember one that dealt with, I think it was like a prison or something that got taken over. It actually got a warning before it premiered on Toonami that this may be disturbing to some viewers. And I was like, oh, cool. And now it was tame as hell. But anyway, filler arcs are something that's needed. I mean, Dragon Ball Z had it. I mean, look at the Garlic Jr. saga. That was literally a gigantic filler arc. And why was it a filler arc? because you needed to have time to split up Namek and the Android Saga. If you just jump right into the Android Saga, you don't know what life was like for them on that, on Earth and for the other characters. Vegeta's traveling in space. There are some characters and some people out there that would like to know what Vegeta was doing in space the whole time. Sure, we get like some flashbacks, but it would be nice to see at least some clips of it firsthand. It'd be nice to know what Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin were doing. It's just nice to have some filler arcs, like Goku and Piccolo learning to drive during the training for the Android Saga. All of this stuff is things that a filler arc gives us. Sure, they're not welcome from time to time. I will be the first one to admit it. But at the same time, they're a necessary evil. If you watch anime and it goes constantly, or actually, hell, I can just say this. If you watch anything and it goes from a flat-out action sequence into another action sequence, there's no room for a rest in between. Your hype meter is so high that if the next action sequence sucks, it's going to drop your happiness down. I mean, your endorphins and everything else are just going to plummet to the ground. That's why they throw filler arcs in there, to lessen your enjoyment gradually, so that when the next exciting section starts up with the massive action, wing, you're right back up to the high point. I mean, I can actually use Dragon Ball Z here again as an example for this. After the Namek Saga, when we were first introduced to the Super Saiyans, then we get the Garlic Jr. Saga. Sure, it was but it was still kind of cool to watch that. Then when you get to the Trunks arc, to the future Trunks arc, and you see Super Saiyan again, wing, all the way back up to the high point, if not a little higher than it was originally. So filler arcs in anything are something that we desperately need, and I really wish people would stop bitching about them, saying that, well, they're a horrible thing, they shouldn't be in anime, they shouldn't exist. Filler arcs are needed. It's the only way that you can enjoy something. It's the only way that they can actually, the creators and everybody else can actually make sure that you're going to go out and buy the merchandise. You're going to buy the DVDs. You're going to buy the Blu-rays. You're going to buy the manga series. You're going to buy the comic books, what have you. Because you have to have some type of a low point in order to go back up. It is a roller coaster. You can't just keep climbing and climbing. Eventually, the crash is going to hurt. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I insane for thinking that filler arcs actually need to stay? Or is it something that I'm right about, or that I'm wrong about, and they need to go? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And until next time, this has been Andrew Rants. I am Andrew Rhodes. Bye for now, and, well, I'll catch you later.